event tonight is going to be, I'm going to do a little intro. Then Gary will come up and speak, and then Frank will come up and he will be talking about business marketing, real estate, how to make it happen, how to get it all to connect. Then we are going to all stand up, so you can think about it now. You'll have about 15 seconds to introduce yourself, who, what you're about, and why you're here. So that way we can see who's here, who we can network with. Then there'll be another presentation, and we're going to go through bird dogging and notice of default door knocking. Okay? From there, we're going to sit and have about 10 minutes, and you can inter-network, talk, questions, whatever. And then at 8:30, we go into a special seminar after that. So for those who would like to stay, we talk about a real estate platform that we all support. Not we all, but quite a few of the members here support, because it gives us the knowledge, the community, everything that we need to be successful. Okay, so I'll just kind of give you a little layout. About myself, I am a realtor. I am a real estate investor foremost. I'm a mother of 4 children, and I came here because of community, because of the knowledge, education, because of the hard work. And there's one more, and I'm trying to think what it is. But the reason I'm here is because I looked at my life. Number one, I wasn't sure how I was going to retire. So they say you need about $3 million to be able to sit and retire. And to me, that was like walking through fire, and I will never walk through fire. I know people do it. I just won't do that. So I realized with real estate investing, you can have the opportunity to get 20 homes, pay off 10, and have an income of $10,000 a month if you choose to have that, or more. So that seemed a lot faster for me to get to, and so that's why I chose that. And I want to really leave a legacy for my children. It's very important to show them how to do and what can be done, not change their lives, but let them have something they can fall back on if they need to. So I am going to bring up Frank Burney. Amazing guy. He's done over 200 plus short sales. He's helped numerous, probably 50, 200 people save their homes in that period of time. Extremely knowledgeable. He is a broker. So I'm going to bring Frank Burney up. Thanks.
Hi, how are you, everybody? Can I have your microphone, please?
Yeah, did I even use? Oh yeah, I did use it. I put it on. Okay. Got it?
Good, okay.
Great, thanks.
Okay, great. Did you mention our events coming up?
No, I didn't. I left that for
Okay.
you, especially the highlight with
Thank
Mr.
you.
Gary.
Okay, so let me mention some of the events coming up, and then I'll tell you a little bit about who I am. We do have some really incredible events coming up. This past, about a week or two ago, we had someone come into our Sacramento office. Her name was Megan Christensen, and talked about how to establish business credit. And for those people, we had about 180 people online, as well as in the audience. And it was pretty crazy, and it just showed people how to establish business and how to make their business grow. On February 24th, we have a gentleman coming in from New York. His name is Hugh Zaretsky, and he's going to be talking about basically real estate foundations. How to, first of all, what the terms are in real estate, and then how to find properties, and then how to analyze them properly. And that will be available to people that are in the group. On March 3rd, we have our facilitator, he's our CPA, our lawyer for our organization, and he's going to be talking about the new tax laws and how they affect us as real estate investors. And that's going to be broadcast countrywide. Okay, kind of exciting. And then on March 9th and 10th, we have another gentleman coming in from Arizona. His name is John McCants. And we're actually going to go to an auction on March 9th. And then on March 10th, we're going to meet at our office in Sacramento. And we're going to discuss what we saw and how we can analyze those properties. And if there's a good deal, we'll actually put bids in and we'll make that happen. In fact, we went to an auction this morning, and we'll talk about that in a little bit later, okay? So over the next month or so, we have a lot of incredible events coming, a lot of very powerful speakers coming on down. And they're going to be able to really direct you and show you how to make this business work for you. In terms of me, I'm originally from New York. I've been in California now for 35 plus years. I've seen the cycles up and down, I've been in real estate for 20 plus years. My experience is an electrical engineer, but I never really used that because I'm not into the slide rule thing. If anybody who remembers what a slide rule is? Okay, so I wasn't into that. I'm really into talking to people and meeting people and dealing with people. So to me, I got involved with a lot of sales organizations and worked for Cellular One, if anybody remembers that company. When they got taken over by AT&T Wireless, I was an outside rep, outside regional manager, and my region was from Daly City to Monterey. So I got the pleasure of traveling a lot, and I would always stay 2 or 3 extra days in Monterey because, of course, that was beautiful, and then I would come back. So I was out of my house about 3 weeks a month, but then AT&T Wireless took it over, and they wanted to give me an office job, not me. So I left that and went to work for an internet company called AuctionNet.com, who they hired me and about 6 other fairly high, powerful people. We got one of the vice presidents from IBM that came on board. We had the CEO of Unamas, the restaurant, and because they had just received an infusion of cash from Oracle, about $30 million. So we actually started to make things happen. And we were about 6 to 8 months away from either going public, getting taken over by eBay. Amazon was talking to us. So all these large organizations were actually almost ready to deal with us. But then 2001 hit, the stock market and the internet crash, as you remember. So we all got let go. The company went under. You know the rest of the story. So at that point, I said to myself, you know what? I'm tired of working for other people. I'm tired of seeing how I'm working my tush off and I'm making them money. Okay? Why am I doing that? This is crazy. Let me do what I do best. Something I always wanted to do, real estate. Realized that the Sacramento market was really about to explode, and so I moved out here, opened up a mortgage company. I got my real estate license at that point, and then I became a broker. We had 17 offices in Northern California, and business was booming. Booming. I mean, we had a real estate division, mortgage division, had over 250, 300 agents. But then, of course, you all remember what happened in 2007. How many of you have experienced that pleasurable time? Okay. So I was ready to retire in a year or two. I had purchased a bunch of properties, purchased them wrong. I wish I knew then what I knew now, and lost most of them. Had to file for foreclosures, had to file bankruptcy, and then just looked at my life again and said, wait, what am I doing? Here's these investors coming in, making lots of money. I'm still an agent. I'm making $5,000. They're making $60,000. What's wrong with this picture? So I made the decision, okay? These people were not very smart, by the way, okay? But they had a skill. They had a knowledge of something that I did not have, how to invest in real estate. So I made a decision at that point one day. I went to all the gurus, saw what was going on, and said to myself, you know what? These guys aren't here. And then got involved in another local group in Sacramento, which is also nationwide, and found out, you know what? This is pretty cool. I can do this. And woke up one morning and said to myself, I am a real estate investor. And my mindset started to change, and my life has not really happened. It's changed incredibly. And so hopefully all of you will have the opportunity to get some of that tonight. Maybe you'll become part of our group. We hope you will. But it's been an experience, and for those of you that have a want, have a need to grow your life, to make a change, now's the time and now's the place. Okay? What I'd like to do now is I'm going to introduce the founder of Make Money Now. He is a, I don't know, what's the word, a marketing genius. Oh, he's written numerous books. He's had a radio program. By the way, I have a radio program too.
I knew you'd throw that in.
She's been on one. She's been on the program. So, and he's actually going to be the keynote speaker at an event this Saturday. It's called Realty 411. You probably saw it up on the screen. And he's going to be a keynote speaker, and it's on Saturday from 9 to 5. It's going to be the Biltmore Hotel in Santa Clara. We welcome you to come. It is free admission, and get to see other investors and really meet with them, and then get the opportunity to really listen to Gary So he's been incredible. He's done so many things. We just finished writing a book. Some of you may get an opportunity to get a chance at it. We haven't published it yet. And so without having him on our team and knowing what he knows, we wouldn't be where we are today. And besides all of that, he's a great buddy and a great friend, Mr. Gary Masseri.
Some more chairs, maybe you guys can help us in the back there, so these new people coming in can get a seat.
There's one right over there.
Oh my God, it's got my bank accounts too.
Here you go, Mr. Gary.
Thank you, guys. I guess I have to put this in there. So, I've been called a Rainmaker. And, but my wife kind of gets scared. I woke her up one night and I said, honey, we're going to own a new company. And we're going to have a radio show. And we're going to call the company Cobblestone Mortgage. And she goes, well, what's wrong with the one we got? And so I said to her, I said, well, honey, it's just, I don't feel fulfilled in what we're doing. And I just feel that we can go a little bit further and start teaching people financial literacy. So this is the craziest thing that happened to me. And I want to share this before we get into this, because you're going to get some great education tonight. And why I'm sharing this and the vision I have for you guys, and also our meetup group, Make Money Now Real Estate Investors. So I called a friend of mine that mentored me 25 years earlier. And this is how powerful connections are. And I said, Glenn, I own this company, San Francisco Bay Mortgage Company. Maybe some of you know it or remembered it. And I said, but I'm in a bad partnership. You guys ever get in a bad partnership sometimes in business? It can really go right? And I said, Glenn, I got this vision. I want to build this company around the Bay. And I'm stuck. I'm in this terrible place. And I have this vision about building a bigger company. He was in Texas when I called him. He flew back the next morning. Now get this, on a handshake, he made me a partner in a company that was doing $15 million a month in sales. And I became one of their top ranches, and their top trainers trained over 3,000 loan officers and realtors. And on a handshake, he made me that partner. Is that pretty cool? Yeah. You see how powerful connections are? And when I started thinking about real estate, I started thinking, wouldn't it be wonderful if we can create a meetup group where people can come and feel safe? We're not pitching or selling each other. We're building know, like, and trust relationships. And I thought, wouldn't it be wonderful if we had lenders that came here, private money and hard money? Wouldn't it be wonderful if we had realtors that came? Wouldn't it be wonderful if we had wholesalers and rehabbers? Wouldn't it be nice if we got together as a community and we were able to do it, expand our networks, and we can have these incredible resources? Well, what does that mean to you? Well, let me give you a couple examples. You see, Frank talked about going to the court steps this morning, right? And bidding on a couple homes. Well, we had to raise the money pretty fast, right? So we all got on the phone and we started calling and dialing for dollars to raise the money, because we have lenders that'll give us like 90% financing, on the purchase price and 100% on the rehab, and we just have to put up about 10% of the money. That's a pretty cool deal, right? And we can do deals all day long. So we started making these phone calls, and all of a sudden, this person calls me and says, well, I can give you $35,000. I got another $90,000 in an IRA account. And another person goes, oh, wait a minute, I got another $100,000 over here. How much money did we raise, Frank? It was crazy.
Within 2 days, about $150,000.
Is that crazy? Yeah.
And I had the checks this morning.
Yeah. Plus somebody told me, says, well, I got $5 million.
I know.
Is that crazy? Yeah. So what I'm trying to tell you is that deals are out there and the money is out there. Now, how do you find it and how do you put it together? It takes, let me tell you what it takes to be successful in real estate. And I'm a firm believer of this. I think it takes hands-on mentorship. I think in real estate, if you don't have a good mentor, you can get in trouble with it. People today don't want to read the manual. They don't want to read the book. They just want you to show them how to do it. Do it with them and for them. Is that cool? Would you agree, Michael? Somebody took you by the hand and did 200 deals and taught you how to do it, right? Hands-on mentorship is a very powerful thing. And I see it missing in the industry. I've talked to so many people that got into these guru contracts. Some of them, one lady said it was 65. I said, what? $65,000? And she's been in about 6 months and didn't do one deal. All she did was created a debt she wanted to get out of. And she said there was no mentorship. She said the education was good, but there was no mentorship. So I started thinking, my God, we need a community where people can come and trust the people. So let me ask you a question. If you brought us some deals, and we trained you how to do that, and we put the money up, and we put our money into the deal, would that be a pretty cool deal?
Absolutely.
And what if you grew in the knowledge and the experience where you can actually start doing the deals? And you put some money into the deal that you bring us, and we put money with you. Would that be a pretty good deal?
Yes.
You see, people get in trouble when they bring you deals and then they run. But we're going to be there with you and do it with you. Would that be cool?
Yes.
And you're going to learn a lot tonight about bird dogging. And, you know, we just finished a book called Birddog Your Way to Wealth. I'm going to tell you how cool bird dogging. Nobody wants to bird dog. Nobody wants to knock on doors, right? Who likes to knock on doors? I hate knocking on doors, right? Everybody hates knocking on doors. Well, Denise took me out bird dogging for the first time. You know, we pulled about 18 NODs, pre-foreclosures. We went knocking on. I didn't know how good she was. Oh my God. People were loving her. I thought everybody hid and they wouldn't open the door. That wasn't the experience I got. We actually got 4 or 5 deals that we're looking at right now because of 4 hours of door knocking. Is that cool? And people love it. Said, Denise, would you please help me? So I'm not going to spoil it, but Frank and Denise are going to go over that script with you. You guys like to know what the script was that people liked her so much that they called her back? Would that be cool? All right. So we thought about it. I said, how could we help people with this hands-on if we took them out and showed them how to find the deals? Would that be cool? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes or yes?
Yes.
It'd be cool if we showed you how to find the deals, right? What if we showed you how to analyze the deals? Would that be cool?
Yes.
Would that be worth a little more money than if you just gave us an address?
Yes.
That would be really cool, right? What if we showed you how to write the contract? A 72 contract or an assigned contract. Would that be cool?
Yes.
What if we showed you how not to get in trouble by taking that property down? How to search the public records and property profiles and look for the liens and find out just where you're going to stand, what it's going to cost to repair or update or what it's going to cost to sell. Would that be pretty cool? So you knew exactly, you know, what to look for and all the red flags so you'd stay out of trouble. And what, if we did the deal with you, do you think it might be a pretty good deal?
Oh, yeah.
With all the deals that we do, right? Okay. So do you guys all agree? Hands-on mentorship is a pretty powerful thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Woo! We got that one down. Then I thought about affordable education. Well, what's affordable education? Well, I'm not going to hide it. We're not going to pitch it to you, but we got a program that actually allows you to create an income by referring other people to it. I thought that's a great deal. And I thought there's got to be something wrong with this program because the education's got to be pretty weak if you're going to make money referring other people to it. And then I got into the education, I took the test, and here I am, a licensed broker, built multi-million-dollar companies, had a top radio show, and I flunked the frickin' test. I did. And I took the course over again, and I flunked it again. And I said, my gosh, the knowledge that I have isn't as hot as I thought it was. So I said, I better study this stuff. So I went and hid and I started taking class after class after class. I mean, it wasn't until about a month later when I finally took a course and I passed it at 100%. But I learned something. I learned about the tax and legal laws. I learned how to form entities. I learned a lot of valuable, do you guys know there's 400 tax deductions under an LLC or any corporation when you do real estate? Is that pretty cool? I didn't know that. Do you guys know that? I started to learn to look for the red flags and the hot deals. And I learned what to look out for so you wouldn't get burned. And I thought, my God, that education is invaluable. And we could finance it for you for $100 a month. Does anybody would complain about that if you had an education, working with mentors, bringing you deals where you can make $500 to $1,000, a couple thousand to $5,000, and on wholesales anywhere from $10 to $75. You know we have guys right now in our group, right now, that are making between $45,000 to $75,000 a month wholesaling in Texas? On our team. Is that pretty cool?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
That's got to be way cool, right? We got a guy that's going to close a deal this month on a wholesale, on a multifamily. It's on our Facebook page, by the way. And he's going to make $75,000 on one deal.
Wow.
I thought that's a pretty cool deal, right? We had one guy that we taught how to bird dog, never did it before. He goes out and starts knocking on doors, and he found this property, and he gets in there, and he was a carpenter before. He did all his own work, and so there's a little more profit in it. And he comes out with $175,000 on his first deal. How many guys need the money? Anybody need the money? Anybody would like the money? Would that be fun? Okay, where's that crazy book we just wrote?
It's
Where is it?
Somebody has it.
Who has that book? Somebody stole it already.
No, I think it's, is it up there on the,
Down here? On the
I
podium?
don't see it.
here.
Okay, look. Isn't this cute? Birddog your way to wealth. And we share a couple of our stories in here, right? It's step by step how to find the properties, how to analyze the properties at a Birddog level. We don't go into wholesale at this point, but it will give you enough to start making money immediately in real estate. Is that cool?
Yes.
So do you think we care about you if we go to the length to write a book? Took me about 2 days, by the way. And Frank and Denise really wrote it. I just edited it. Haha. So, okay. All right. So, affordable education. Everybody agree? If it's affordable, it's good, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And mentorship is like free education, right, Mike? When you mentor somebody, that's free. Come on. Community. Local community is so important to deals. But you know what? There's hot markets all over the United States. There's 80,000 foreclosures a month. Would you like to know where they are?
Absolutely.
Would you like to have connections?
Yes.
Well, I'm going to give you a couple examples right now. So you see, we're going to bring technology, live streaming. We're live streaming this tonight. And a lot of people are watching this all over the United States. Is that cool? And we're going to bring those markets through live streaming because we can bring them right in that computer, flash them up on that screen, and blast them all over the United States. Would that be cool? That you can tap. We got guys right now in Houston in that flood. The last 2 deals Kobe did, 72,000, 82,000. Hi, Kobe.
Hey,
Okay, right? Is that cool? The last 2 deals he did. How would you like to knock one of those over every month? Would that be a pretty good income, $1 million a year income? That's pretty exciting, isn't it? So what if we brought you deals from hot communities? And you were able to participate in that because you had the knowledge, because we did what? Mentor. You were educated. You weren't leaning on us, dragging us down, right? Calling us every... You know, I had a guy, when I was doing real estate, he was an investor I was working with, and I would find him land and properties and help him design his homes, and I sold him properties. And this guy, when I first started out, I needed the money. Let's be honest. This guy would call me at all hours of the night. I remember my wife, when I first started in real estate doing business, I'm in the bathtub for crying out loud. My wife comes running into the bathtub and said, "Oh, honey, it's him again." I said, "Give me the phone! Give me the phone! I need the money!" Right? Now when somebody calls me after 5 o'clock, I say, "Don't you know it's after 5 o'clock?" But then I said, I needed the money, right? So I wanted to do the deals. I was doing deals in the bathtub with my phone. And then one of these deals was so good, I dropped the phone in the water. It wouldn't work. So I had to get out, and it was cold. Grab my bathroom around me and get back on the phone again. Here I am dripping all over the floor. My wife's got the mop out, and I'm trying to get the deal done, right? How do you guys want to work like that? I don't want to work like that, right? So what else does it take? It takes hard work and dedication. There's no get-rich scheme here. I'm going to tell you that right now. I'm so sick and tired of the gurus telling you you're going to get rich in this crap. It's not true. This is a long term, but the rewards are big. They're huge when you do it. Think about this. If we can help you build a $3, $4, $5, $6 million net worth and teach you how to pay down the mortgage and reinvest in other properties and sell them and pay down that mortgage, would you have to depend on the volatility of the market appreciation to gain wealth, yes or no?
No.
If you're creating equity by reducing debt, you're doing what? You're creating wealth, right? Everybody, right, Mike? Okay, so we can show you how to get rid of that debt. But what if you get a surge in the market and you get appreciation growing at the same time? And maybe you only have a couple properties because you're out there wholesaling and you ran into some pretty good deals, and we taught you, like these guys, when we went out, we're looking at a property they want to buy and rent out, right? Denise and Frank are looking at one seriously right now. I want to make the money. They want to hold the property, right? But they're right. So wouldn't it be great if you, through the knowledge that we give you, you went out and at the end of the year, you owned 2, 3, 4 properties? Would that be cool? All cash flowing positively in markets where they cash flow. Would that be a cool deal? What if you had 5 properties, this brought you in $1,000 a month? How would that change your life? Let me give you the definition that Robert Kiyosaki gave me on my radio show when I asked him, "Hey, Robert, what do you have to do to be rich like you?" 25,000 people were listening. You know what he told me? That's the wrong question. You know, now I get red. You see my complexion? I get red. If I was on TV, I would have been a lobster. I said, "What do you mean by that?" He goes, "Gary, you don't understand financial literacy." I said, "No, my God, how embarrassing was that?" I got a financial literacy show. He says, "I don't understand it." I go, Robert, what are you talking about? Well, my rich dad did, and my poor dad, and he starts talking about his rich dad. And he said, well, financial independence is nothing more than creating enough passive, he said twice, residual income to cover your monthly obligations. He said, your monthly obligations are $5,000 a month. You create the residual. You're free financially. So when somebody comes up to you and say, I'm in real estate, well, how much money do you make? You can tell them, I'm free financially. Are you? Are you free financially? Because you understand that one term. Financial independence is nothing more than creating passive residual cash flow. So what's the magic word? Cash flow. Right? And Mike, if you own that and retire the debt, you take out the market volatility. How cool is that? Very cool, right? All right. I'm going to end with this. We're going to live stream on a national basis and bring our hot markets and our members together. Would that be cool? Now, I'm going to share this one thing. When Glenn came into my life as a mentor, he's passed away. And I'm one of those crazy guys. I shared the Lord with him, and I hope he's in heaven. So he came into my office, and he said, Gary, he said, what's your dream? I said, Glenn, and I was bragging, I want to retire with a $50,000 a month income. To which he said, why are you capping yourself? Why are you capping yourself? And I just got quiet. And he said, you're worth 2 or 3 million. Do you know what happened to me that day? It was a spiritual awakening. The chains that kept me down, that little voice that said, no, you can't. You're not worth it. It'll never happen to you. That voice got silenced for the first time in my life. And when I left that office, I felt renewed, regenerated. I felt elevated. I felt so different. And I kept thinking about Rudy Rudiger when he said, yes, you can. Yes, you can. Because it takes just as much energy to dream small as it does big. Am I right or wrong?
Right.
And sometimes we're our own worst enemies. So, when I taught my class and all those students, I had them do 2 things. I had them write down a list of all the negative things that were said to them going through their lives. Anybody said anything negative, I want you to write it down. And they did. And they said, I want you to think about all the successes that you have had in your life. I want you to write them down. And they did. Now here's how I ended the class. I don't want you laughing. Please don't laugh at this. This is very serious. I said on the paper that you wrote down all those negative things, I want you to crinkle it up, make it on a hard ball right now. Because when those thoughts come to your mind that you can't or you're not good enough, I want you to think about all the successful things and let the voice that tells you you've had some successes in your life, I want that voice to conquer you, not the voice that says you can't. And you know what I did in that class? I turned over and I rimmed up my butt and I said, throw that stuff at me. And everybody wadded up all that crap and they threw it at me. I'm done. Here you go, Frank. Now you got to listen to Frank.
What I tell you about this guy? Isn't he great? Fabulous. And you'll get the opportunity to see him on Saturday as he speaks in front of a bunch of people and gets it going.
Probably pass out.
Maybe. So what I want to get into now is we're going to be talking about real estate and how to do it. But there are a few things that you need to know how to get there and how to go out there. You need to know how to market. Come on, little thing, work. It's not working again. Come on. Oh, it's off. It's amazing technology. No, now it's definitely not working again. There it goes. Hey! So I want to talk about optimizing your business. Because if you know how to market properly, then all of this, because we're all marketers, right? You're always marketing yourself. You're marketing your family. You're marketing what you want. Everything that you need, it's sales. Our business, our life is sales, correct? And so you need to know how to market who you are, what you do, and tell people what it is you do. Because if they don't know what you do, guess what? They'll go to somebody else. So before we start, I need to ask you some questions. How many people are helping you find real estate deals right now? If you want to be an investor, How many people are helping you? How many people know what you do? Can anybody here, how many people help you? Are you an investor yet? Okay, who's an investor right now? Okay, how many people help you find deals every day? Two.
No, but I want some VAs.
Okay, who else? Anybody else? How many?
Right now, 4.
4, okay? I have almost 30 people I get emails from literally every day,
Including me.
including DeAndre, okay? Denise, how many? You got a ton too. And Gary has a ton going on too. The thing is, if people, I can go out and door knock myself. I used to do it all the time, okay? Now I still do it. I went to the auction today and I'll go knock on doors, but that's now how I make my living. My living is based on other people working with me. How many people know that you're involved in a real estate group? You need to tell people. One of the things I learned, and this happened to me about 2 years ago. I live on a street, and most of the neighbors sort of know that I'm in real estate. They see me taking the signs in and out. But there was one neighbor who I really didn't stay in touch with. Okay? And so at one point, he put his house up for sale, and I see this sign in front, and I'm going, what the hell? He must know that I'm a real estate agent. The thing is, I never told him. So whose fault was it that he didn't contact me? It was mine. How many people do you know that you would consider a prospect for coming on board with us? I mean, real estate makes people successful. Where are who has the most success in this world? Is it in the stock market?
No.
Where is all the wealth? It's in real estate. Okay? And once you understand how real estate works and how money works, all of a sudden it changes. And if I help you, will you help other people? And if you have that belief, guess what? You start making more money. Because money's not important. It's helping people that's important. And how many times a day does your phone ring for your business? I don't care what business you're in. Do you get 1 call a day? Do you get 20 calls a day? That's up to you. It's not up to me. If you want to be successful, people need to know what you do. So everything works, but nothing doesn't. If you don't do anything, what changes? Nothing. Okay? So people say, well, should I do this and I should do that? What I tell them is, just do it. Okay? Stop complaining and just do it. Do what you're good at. Whatever your strength is, stay focused in on that. Some people love the internet. Okay, then use the internet to market. Some people love knocking on doors. Then knock on doors. Some people like to cold call. Then cold call. Some people like to just go into Safeway and shake hands. Then do that. But do something. Don't come home every night and sit at the TV and do one of these. Because guess what? They're all reruns anyhow. I mean, you can mass market. I mean, there's like McDonald's and all these people here. They have large audiences. I don't know if any of us are ready. I don't do this yet. I'm getting there, thanks to Gary. But, I mean, I have a radio program, which is broadcast now in like 6 different states. I do it every week. So I am starting mass marketing. I have like 20,000 people that listen to my program. Okay? But am I getting any real business from it? No. I'm still branding myself as being who I am. So this is more of a branding thing than it is actually generating business at this point. So I can have all these people, but I need to get thousands of people coming through this one door. I need to funnel them, correct? That's what has to happen. So it has to be the end of mass marketing to start with and go into the beginning of marketing to individuals. And how do you do that? Well, first of all, why do you want to be in this business? Okay? Whatever the reason is. You have to have a passion. I don't know if you can tell this, but I enjoy doing what I do. Okay? DeAndre, would you think I enjoy doing what I'm doing? Did we have fun today or what?
A lot of fun.
Okay? We went to an auction this morning. We then went to see a property in Oakland. And I'm going to have DeAndre talk about his day with me and Denise today, later on, just to explain to them what that was like. And Gary talked about that mentorship. He'll explain to you what that was about. You need to have a why. Whatever that is. If you have a family, if you have retirement issues, whatever that is. If you don't have a why, then you won't be successful. And the why cannot be money. It just can't be. There's got to be another reason. I want to have a resort in France. I don't care. We're talking about France. Okay, just for you. I did that on purpose.
Yeah.
He's visiting from France, by the way. So, you need to make a list of things that you want for yourself personally. Either it's time. Now, it can be money, but then what are you doing with that money? Are you using that money properly? Security, family time, inspire others. But what is yours? What about you? Whatever that vision is, make it work for you. And wake up every morning and have a vision board. Put pictures. Put notes all over the place as to what you want to be. You know, do you want a house in England? Do you want a motorcycle? Do you want to be lying on the beach? Whatever it is, you can't get there if you don't dream it. Anybody disagree with that?
No.
Okay? But the problem is, we come home every night, we drive to work, we have a W-2 job, you know, we pay 30% of our taxes up front, we come home, we have dinner, we turn the tube on, and go to bed and do the same thing every day. What kind of life is that? It's a life that you can change. So you need to make a list of what you want. You need newbie people. Okay? You need new people to come on board. You need experienced investors. You need to work. You need to find houses. You need to have money. You need to be able to find the money. What else do you need to find? You need to determine these things. You need to set up goals. And you need to determine what those goals are and then make it work for you. Does anybody disagree with any of this? Then get off your freaking tush and do it. Put a reminder notes on your car, on your fridge, wherever it is. Whatever that why is, whatever that passion is, get up every morning and look at it and say, I am this. Okay? Last week we went to the auction. Okay, we didn't have the money at the time. We found out about the auction like a day before, so we didn't have, but when we researched the property, I said, we are going to find the money to do this. We will have the money to go to the auction. Right? And guess what? We had the money to go to the auction. Now the auction, we didn't win the bid. The actual property that we were looking at got canceled. Okay? But the point is, we had a plan. We as a team got on the phone, made phone calls. We actually found close to $8 million in access to money by asking for 150. Freaking crazy. But the thing is, we had a goal, we reached it, we did it. You need to have that. You need to be able to do that. And don't be afraid. Don't let fear get in your way. And start being creative. Okay? You can throw the net out, but don't be boring when you're doing it. You know? 3-foot rule. You need to talk to people. Tell them who you are. When you meet people on the street, hi, my name is Frank. You know? I'm a real estate investor and I'm always looking for properties and trying to help people. What do you do? You know? Is that difficult to do? How many of these peddlers come up to you and ask for money every day? They'd make great salespeople. Okay? They would, wouldn't they?
It's true.
Why can't you do that? Craigslist ads. You can run free Craigslist ads all day. I buy homes. I sell homes. I don't care. Put something on Craigslist. Now we have the opportunity to show you what some of those ads should look like. And then it's just a question of you got to do it. Now you can pay for Craigslist too. You'll have probably a little bit more luck with paid ads. But start with free ones. This doesn't cost you anything. Cheap business cards. You can get 5,000 business cards from what? Gotprint.com or any of these places. They don't have to be fancy. You don't have to have gold leaves on them. You don't. Just get one. When people ask you for a business card, hand it to them. Get theirs too. Make sure you do that. Handwritten notes. You don't have to have somebody print it for you. You can sit, instead of watching TV at night, get a pen. I buy homes. Call me. Does it have to be complicated? I'm going to show you some examples, by the way. Bandit signs. Go get some plastic. You can go to a printer, by the way. Let's printers throw out this plastic stuff after they're done. You can get it for free. Facebook. How much does it cost to be on Facebook?
Nothing.
Nothing! Can you have a business page on Facebook? Can you tell people what you do? Can you do cheapy little videos of yourself showing in front of a store, in front of a house? I'm buying this house. Can you do that? You can. Garage sales. If you walk your neighborhood and they're having a garage sale, what's the reason someone's having a garage sale? Typically, they're planning on moving. Can you go shake their hand and say, oh, you know, you have some really good stuff here. Why are you getting rid of this now? And they'll tell you, but you have to be nice and friendly and, you know, and if they say I'm moving, great. You know, I'm an investor. I'm always looking for properties. Can we sit down at some point and talk about what your needs are? Maybe we can help you to move quicker. Would that be difficult to do? How many of you are afraid to do that? You know, be honest with yourself. Come on, I want you to be honest. You're afraid, okay? But that's okay, because you have to be honest with yourself first, and then you have to step outside that box. And someone sometimes has to push you, because it really isn't that difficult. It's like riding a bike. When you first ride a bike, when you first rode a bike, you fell 100 times, but you kept on getting up, right? Until you got it. People don't know who you are. You just have to be who you are and be honest with yourself and with them. There's 130 ways that you can market. Believe it or not. Pick one. And then you have warm market versus cold markets. You know, look at the difference. Well, someone who you've never met would be on your cold market. Someone you've sent an email to, you know, someone you handwrite a letter to. These are people that you don't know. And then you go all the way to the bottom with someone that you consider your best friend, someone who's in your family. Now, when you're talking to family, you don't have to ask them, do you want to be an investor? Do you want to invest with me? The question is, you know, Uncle John, I'm now a real estate investor. And I know you know lots of people. Is there, if you ever hear of anything that they're interested in selling or buying a home, please let me know. You're asking him for referrals. You're not asking him to work directly with you. Okay? Now he may just say, well, you're really a real estate investor? Tell me more about what you're doing. But if you ask him, you know, Uncle John, are you selling your house? You know, or can you give me some money so I can invest? It's not going to work. Does that make sense to everybody? You have to realize what's going on. And if you don't have a warm market, you need to get one. And the way that you do that, the way you touch people is you see them, you listen, and you talk. And when I say listen, 2 ears, 1 mouth. What does that mean? God set this up for us. That's correct. Listen to what people want and then respond to their needs. Call them. Write them. People that you don't like, that's okay. They may have money. They may have money. They may have properties. Don't be afraid. Up them on your life. Social media. You know, when next time you're talking about the food you're eating in the restaurant, just say, hey, and the waitress is thinking about purchasing a house. I had an opportunity to speak with her, and I may be helping her. Could that be something you can do? So you have to start making this transition. So here's a sort of a creative letter. You know, these here, if I see that in the mail, what am I doing with it? Throwing it away. Everyone does it. Now, if I see this, could I possibly consider it? Now, I happen to know this is a letter that was computer generated. It's really not somebody. So, but I have a better chance of looking at this than I'm looking at that. Correct? What about this one? Dear homeowner, I'm looking to buy a home. I'm not a real estate agent, but I do have cash to buy your home. Please call me if interested. Real simple. What's my chance of responding to that?
Greater.
Greater. Mine, I actually read it.
Yes.
Okay? Different than the first one. So you just have to be creative and understand what's about. What about these cards? I get these cards all the time. What do you think I do with them?
Awesome.
Well, first I get their information because I want them in my database, and then I throw them away. What about this guy? Very Cool Investing Incorporated. And look at him. He's got ice on his face. Okay, is this creative? And what's his website? JDS is verycool.org. Now, is this someone you might want to talk to?
No.
He has to wipe his nose.
But my point is this, would you look at this card a second time? Would you say, look, would you tell people, look at this great card? Would you?
No, I say, look at this nasty.
But you get my point. And then this is the best card ever. Nothing. But have one. You know, I didn't bring my cards with me today. Let me write your name and information on here, and I'll get back to you. Really, think about it. Do they care about your information? Maybe not, but do you care about theirs? Yes. You've seen these signs, right? We buy houses. Investor looking for help, $5,000, $10,000 a month. You've seen these all over the place. These are not that expensive. You can get these signs for like $1. You can write them yourself. You don't have to get them pre-printed. Put them up on posts. Now, they're going to come down. The cities are not going to allow you to keep them up there a lot, but find places and do it again. They might stay up for a week. So go back in a week and put more up. Okay? What's going to happen? Nothing. Now, I would use a Google number here, okay, so that they can't find you as quickly as they should, because they will come down. Now, I get referrals from agents, friends, family, coworkers, other investors, contractors, lenders, title escrow people. These are people that always communicate with me. This is what I get referrals from. Every single person in this room, if you want to be an investor, if you want to be in any business, you need to get referrals. And how do you get referrals?
Ask for it.
Ask for them. Everyone you meet. I'm a real estate investor and I'm always looking for properties. If you know anybody out there that's interested in selling or buying a home, please let me know. That should be like ingrained in your brain. But the big thing is tomorrow morning you have to wake up and say, guess what? I am a real estate investor. And your whole life will change. Because as you walk your neighborhood, and Denise will talk about this later, as you walk your neighborhood and you start seeing things that you didn't see before. I own a Jaguar, okay? I never had one before. I didn't realize how many Jaguars are on the road until I actually got one. Now you know what I'm talking about because you've all experienced it. When you become a real estate investor and you make that mental change, properties will start popping up that you never saw before. It's amazing. It's an amazing concept. Keep track of all these people. You need them in a database. And you can create a database, by just putting them in a, how many people do you have? You can create an Excel spreadsheet. Something like this. These are my realtors. These are my title companies. These are my mortgage people. These are my contractors. So if I need a contractor, I just go to that sheet. How many of you have something like this? Okay, we got 3. How many are in the room? What's wrong with the rest of you?
Just starting.
Okay. But do you get my point?
Yes.
So what do you need for real? You need to find people to find houses for you. Birddogs. You need realtors. You need to have these people on your team. You need to have hard money, private money, bank loans, lines of credit, credit cards. You know you could buy a house with a credit card? Do you all realize that? You can buy a house with a credit card. How many 0% credit cards, if your credit's pretty decent, are you getting these in the mail like every day now? 0% for the next 18 months. And they're going to continue because money is still cheap. Take advantage of it. Learn how money works. Leverage money. Contractors, subcontractors, painters. You need to have all these people. Because guess what? You need all these people on your team to make a successful flip happen. Without it, you can't, it doesn't work. And there's tons of other people that you need. Salespeople. Need other salespeople, network marketers, business owners, realtors, again, escrow people. All of this is in place. You need to have it. And there's nothing wrong about you walk into an escrow office tomorrow, a title company. Hi, my name is Steven, or my name is Frank. I'm a real estate investor. I want to create an association with you right now. Is there any way that we can work together? I know that you sometimes have property profiles and things like that. How can I get access to that? Because I need somebody to work with. And I know that if we can work together, any transaction I get in the future, I'll be sure to give it to your company. Will they work with you?
Yes.
Is that difficult to do?
No.
Then do it. Here's an example, a restaurant worker. Spoke with her last week. Asked if she was in school. Well, she's going to ARC to study real estate. So she's a waitress, and she makes commission, from her tips and stuff. And she was telling me that she doesn't make a lot of money, and she definitely wants to get off on her own, and she wants to do other stuff. And I said, so let me show you how you can earn more money by investing in real estate. Would that be something that would be of interest to you? And she said, I've always thought about doing that, but no one's ever asked me. Really, think about that. Has that ever happened to you? Really, Dave? Am I crazy? It's just crazy. I can show you how to make $10,000 to $20,000 a month. Okay? Have you ever thought about it? Yes, I've always thought about it, but no one's ever asked me. Well, I'm asking you. Okay, so how can we, let's get together maybe in the next week or two. Let me give you my card, let me get your information, and let's talk. Contractor. Sitting at a house, watching him, he's doing one of my houses, contractor, and and I asked him, have you ever thought about doing investing yourself instead of working for other people? He goes, he said he was going through a bankruptcy, and so I said, yeah, we understand that. I have several people, I've gone through a bankruptcy myself, we have several people in our organization that have gone through bankruptcy. We understand all of it, but we've made it a change. And I got his attention, and we continued the conversation. Didn't go very far, but the point is, here's somebody I now know. This is an ad you can run for contractors. Tired of working hard for everybody else? Contact me. I was at Safeway. Long cashier line. Turned around to this guy behind me. Hey, my name is Frank. What is this about? Why you guys think, Safeway, shouldn't they have hiring more people to be cashiers? And he said, yeah, this place is crazy. Every time I come in, there's freaking long lines. And we just started talking. We just started having where are you from? Oh, I'm from here. And I found out what he does, where does he live. He does landscaping. And he was also testing for his real estate license. And I said, well, I'm a real estate broker. Maybe we should get together and talk a little bit further. What did I do? Nothing. I just was human. And then I met a realtor. Okay? I interviewed him. How long have you been doing this? How many houses have you sold? How many investors do you work with? Do you believe in developing a team? I went there to ask him a bunch of questions. Okay? When I was working with DeAndre, I asked him some of these questions. The point is, you just have to do this stuff. I met a car salesman. I said, do you enjoy this job? He says, I hate it. Would you like to find out how to make more money? Because I'm not going to go into the real estate portion with him. I'm just going to ask him a question that I know might attract him. So, you need to think about it. What do you do best? Make it work for you. Because if you do, you can be successful. You want to put them in your database and you want to make it work. Without that, multiple touches will make it work. So if you tell someone you're going to call them, what do you got to do?
Call them.
If they don't call you and they say they are, and you have their number, what should you do?
Call
them. You're not trying to sell anything. You're just trying to create a relationship. Is there something wrong with that? We've gotten so far away from that with these freaking cell phones and the internet that we've become so it's not personal anymore. I don't understand it. Why can't we just shake hands and talk instead of texting?
So we don't have to talk.
Right, probably. So, want to make a difference in your life and other people's, and start marketing. Start getting out there and making it work for you. Any questions? Anybody, do you have any aha moments tonight on this? I know it's simple stuff, but the point is how many people are actually doing it? Aaron, do you do it? Sort of, right? All of you are going to shake your head and say, yeah, I sort of do it. I know you're doing it, Ryan. You're out there talking to people all the time. So, anyhow, it's time for Denise.
Thank you very much.
All right.
So we've had a lot of
You get this- you
emotions
get this
tonight, and there's one thing I'm going to say. And in about 5 minutes, that we're going to everybody stand up and introduce themselves. But Frank asked a question in here. How many are real estate investors? Put your hands up again, please.
What happened?
Who are the rest of you? Because in my opinion, this is a real estate meetup course. The fact that you're here, pat yourself on the back. You've already stopped out of the box. You didn't raise your hand. You're a realtor and a contractor, right? Good memory. It's short, but I remember that one. You basically will be a real estate investor because you'll be telling them what to do every second, and then you'll see the money they make, and you'll jump on the other side of the fence. But you're a real estate investor. If you're here, this is the mindset. This is what we're talking about. You got to step outside the box. Leela, you didn't put your hand up. I know you because I've talked to you on the phone. Brand new, going into real estate investing. You're a real estate investor because you're exploring it. So here's your mindset. Get on the other side of the fence. This young lady wants to build homes for the homeless. I talked to a gentleman the other day who wants to build homes for the homeless. I'm going to connect them. This is all about community. Remember Gary said community, education, mentorship. Mentorship is really just being with somebody and learning and watching what they're doing. That's really what it is. It's somebody that's willing to let you stand side by side and watch and learn. And then it's hard work. I'm going to tell you, last night, my life got sideswiped last night. It had nothing to do with me, but it took me sideways. That's why I've got my notes here. Because I'll try to remember. And when I came up here, I was, just talking 100 miles a minute. But I just want to say this with what Gary was talking about, the mindset. You've got to just do it. So tonight, Frank was giving you some things to do. You want to build a team? Find out what a title company can do for you. Talk to a contractor. Reach out, talk to a real estate agent and have them help you. I'm a real estate investor. How can you help me? How can we work together? The more you put one foot in front of the other, it's going to become addicting for you. It's going to be fun. We had a blast today. This guy might think, well, I'm Cornelia DeVille on the freeway, but I know my car. And we had fun. We did auctions. Were we nervous? Yes. There's something else. Let's see. I should have my glasses on. Talking about homeless, I'm just going to put this out there. This is a plug. The number one thing that homeless people would love to get, I know a lot of people give them money. I know a lot of people, socks. I'm just going to put that out there with you. So when you go out again, put a pair of socks in your car and give it to a homeless person. That'd be good, just to help them out. It's cold out there at night. So what we're going to do now, bandit signs. DeAndre, what did I tell you? What did I suggest to you to do today when you saw a bandit sign?
To call. This is an individual. It's opportunity there. If
Okay.
Somebody's talking about we buy houses. Find out what they do. Are you wholesaling? Are you flipping homes? I'm an investor myself. Let's meet up. Let's find out we can work together to make some things happen.
How many of you see bandit signs on the side of those roads? Have you ever called one? Good. Call it, pick it up, say I'm a real estate investor. You buy homes, do you have any? Do you want to wholesale? Do you want to work together? Let's talk. Build your team, build your community. There's a lot to go with there. Everybody has knowledge. Make sure you're getting the proper knowledge. So what we're going to do now is, I'm going to grab my phone, and we're gonna start right up here. Aren't you lucky? So we're gonna stand up and we're gonna introduce ourselves so everybody kind of knows who and what we're about and why we're here. And you know, you'll talk less than 15 seconds, but I'm still gonna time it for you just because we're gonna get through this. Okay, so we tried to make it easy. Your name, where you're from, name of your business, what you do, gives you an idea, and then what you're looking for, what brings you here. Nobody better just get up and say their name. They better say real estate investor after if they don't have a business name, okay? All right. Mr. Dave, go ahead and stand up. No problem.
My name is David. I'm from Fremont, and I'm a real estate investor.
There you go.
And right now I just started, so I'm still kind of working, but I'm really trying to invest time into investing in real estate. And I'm starting out as a wholesaler, and I'm looking to network and learn how to get deals done. Sorry.
You're fine. You're fine.
Good job.
All righty. Michael, we're going to start with you, young man. Go ahead and stand up. If you could do me a favor, if you could hold this, that's the mic. I learned that last week.
Okay.
When you're done, you can pass around, okay? And this will help you.
How's everybody doing? Name is Michael Spivey. Born and raised in the Bay Area. Currently living out in Lathrop. I work with Realty One. It's right down the street. Working in their commercial division over there. As far as what I'm looking for tonight is just gaining information and learning more. So in the near future I can be able to do my own deals and kind of progress forward down that path.
All righty. Thank you. Go ahead and stand up. And again, that little thing's the mic. Just hold it. Thanks.
My name is Pamela Spivey, born and raised in the Bay Area. Live in Lathrop. I'm a realtor, Realty One Group, and I'm also an investor. And what am I looking for? Just relationships and anything I can learn from the group. So do you want to
Behind it. We're gonna go over it.
My name's Leela. I'm from Concord. I don't have a business yet. I do work with the homeless. One of my plans are what Denise shared with y'all is to eventually own some homes to house the homeless. And what I'm looking for, I'm here tonight looking for knowledge. I do not yet flip houses, or I'm not a wholesaler yet or a marketer. I plan to be moving forward in all that. I'm brand new. This is actually my first event to have to do with real estate.
You're never going to get to say that again.
Right?
Good evening, everyone. My name is DeAndre. I'm out of Sacramento, but from San Francisco, California. I'm a real estate agent, but also a real estate investor, and I'm currently bird-dogging. I'm looking for homes to invest in, and I'm currently bringing them to Frank whenever I can, but just to learn. I'm here for the education. I'm here to learn how to wholesale and how to flip and how to invest and buy and hold, which is my long-term strategy. So I'm going to be here until I get all of that, and after that.
Can we just give DeAndre another 30 seconds to explain how
I
his
will.
day was
I'll pull him
like?
up at the end.
Okay.
I'll pull him up at the
It
end.
works.
Cool.
Thank you.
And if you pull that little mic close to you, that'd be great.
My name is Shelley, and I'm from Hayward. And I do think I have a business. It's called REIC Inc. And I'm an investor. I'm basically trying to become a wholesaler. And what I'm looking for is investors. So I will be getting a card from everybody in here before we leave. That's it.
Great. Thank you.
All right,
Thank
good,
you.
good.
I'm Erin. I'm from Brentwood. I buy notes and do auctions and do owner financing, and I have partners kind of throughout the country. And I branched out today and did an auction in Arizona, so it's a new state for me. And I'm here. I just joined up with these guys for mostly the first three things on the list is a mentorship and the education and community is really necessary, I think, because I've been doing this from my home and I don't have somebody to high five except for my cell phone. So
Really important. It's always nice
It
to
is
have
really
somebody
important.
to lean on.
it really is. It's really nice to talk to somebody locally and be part of a group. So that's it.
Alrighty.
Good evening. My name is Kenny King Smith, and I'm a international celebrity impersonator of Barry White. So I'm in the music business. I've also in the past been an investor and been involved with the real estate business. So I'm partner of Miss Annie here, and she had invited me here. And so definitely very excited about what I'm hearing. I like the way the company is structured and the support that it gives you. That's very, very important. And so I'm looking at getting back busy.
Awesome.
And I like what I'm hearing.
I love your voice. I love your voice.
Okay.
So you're right.
You're gonna sing a song, right? Alright. Josie?
With this go.
Okay. There we go. Careful. Yeah, that's the mic right there. A little bit tricky.
Yeah. My name also like that name.
Gentlemen.
Yeah, my name is Josie.
Josie, up here, please, and a little louder.
I'm with a real estate brokerage in Pleasanton, named Bay Homes Investment and Loans. I have invested in real estate in the past, so I will do it again in the future if there are opportunities.
Good.
My name is Al, and I'm from East Palo Alto, California. And let's see, name of my business. I don't have a name or a business just yet,
You're a real
but
estate investor.
we'll be working on that. In the meantime, we're learning how to be a real estate investor. My interest is multifamilies, and I'm looking to be a participant in this venture here
All
to
right.
get me there.
Thank you.
All right, good evening, everybody. My name is Ryan Sanders. I am originally from Pocatello, Idaho, but I live in East Bay. Name of my business is Fresh Real Estate Investing. Other than being a real estate investor, I also specialize in lifestyle coaching and personal training. I'm using birddogging, wholesaling, and maybe some rehabs, ideally to move into what I want to do, buy and hold multifamily doors. I want to create that cash flow, get a big cash flow so my wife and I can move into the bigger things we want to do in our life, helping other people. So thank you.
Trevor.
I'm Trevor. I'm from Wallen Creek. Our business is the Franson Group. We're in real estate and mortgage. I handle this guy's marketing. So that's what I do. So, yeah.
All righty.
Cool.
Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Kurt Franson. I'm with XL Realty and Mortgage. And as my son said, we're out of Walnut Creek. Been helping people in the real estate, get real estate, buy real estate, and finance real estate for over 30 years. Hope to meet all of you tonight.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Lady Odell. I come from the Central Valley. Thornton is my home. I'm a real estate investor, and I'm in the MIA right now, or IMA. And I plan to do a little bit of everything. And I'm doing this for legacy. I have a 21-year-old and a 20-year-old.
All right. Thank you.
Aloha. How's everybody? I don't think so. Is it working?
Yeah, it's working.
On the camera.
Oh, it might turn off the camera. Hi, my name is Annie Josefa. Can you guys hear me? Oh, okay. I work for, our company's name is Private Club Net. So I'm a real estate investor myself. And thank God with this gentleman. You know, it's so funny because me and my friend here, we've been looking for something like this, especially rehab. I got the money. My company, we have over billions of money. You know, whoever, I already talked to my business owner. And, you know, with the rehab, I've been trying to look for something like this because I do a lot of network, you know. We specialize with credit repair. We do everything for the family. And I'm so busy with my business. And this is one of the program that I wanted to get into the rehab, because we have access to a lot of funding. All we need is a system. Show me 1-2 days, I got it. I'm one of the go girl, you know.
You're the go
And
girl.
I love money. I love greens, and I invest everywhere. I have properties in other states, including here in San Jose, Bay Area, but I'm original from Hawaii, but I live here in San Jose. Yeah, thank
Annie,
you.
thanks so much. We'll go ahead and get this. Okay, so we're gonna try to keep it down. The gentleman ran over their time, so they made us a little bit short on
So
time.
go
but we'll
fast.
just go through. No fast, no fast.
I'm-
Just do this,
Yep.
and then we'll have 10 minutes at the end to chat, so really appreciate hearing what everybody has to say.
I'm Eddie DeLeon. I am a realtor with Century 21. I also have a construction business, general contractors. So we've worked with some investors. Hopefully I could be a connector for everybody here. And yeah.
Great, thanks, Eddie.
Cool.
Hi everyone, my name is Mia Carmona. I'm originally from Berkeley, but I live in the Central Valley, Stockton, California. I'm a realtor with Real Brokerage, and I am getting both feet into the investing game, and I'm doing actually Rich Dad Poor Dad and next weekend, so it should be pretty exciting. Thank you.
Mr. Wayne?
My name is Wayne Lucas. I'm split my time between here and Sacramento. Name of my business is Classic Glass and Shower. I'm in the residential commercial glass industry. My goal is to do fix and flips and buy and holds. I've actually been buying real estate since I was 23 years old. I've owned over 12 properties, but purchased them all on the retail end, and I'm looking forward to buy them on the wholesale end.
All right.
So.
We'll help you.
There you go. We're gonna save time. We're gonna go right to this.
This is Gary. Hello, my name is Lisa Jones. I'm from Dublin, so a couple exits down. The name of my business is Heritage Property Solutions. I am a new investor. I am trying to start with wholesaling, and I'm here to make connections. So I like to get everybody's card. Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa.
Hi, I'm Mike. I've been doing real estate for quite a few years. I wholesale in California as well as out of state, and enjoy coming to different meetups to learn different things. Thank you.
Mike, tell them how many deals you did last year.
55 wholesales in 2016. Last year, 35, and wholesaled my first property in 1977.
All right. You're gonna be my
So
best
you'll be
friend.
up talking next week about 2 weeks, talking about wholesale.
Yes, hi, hello. Born and raised in France. I came here tonight with my brother who is just visiting from France. And yes, if you want to practice your French, please. I am a real estate investor full time. I'm a part of this community already. I am enjoying it. I'm doing a fix and flip as well as buy and hold. And I'm here to network and find properties. So if you have anything, call me.
My name's Russ Merchant. I'm from Castro Valley, originally on the East Coast, Midwest, now here in Castro Valley. haven't decided on the name of the business yet. I'm interested in doing wholesaling and getting that up and running. And I've got my first partner in the real estate business, and that's my son Joshua.
All right, congratulations, John. He's gonna beat Dad.
My name's Larry Otero. I am a realtor and an old, well, I don't know about old, but I used to do investing. I was an investor back in the 2009, 2010, and I'd like to get back in at some point.
Cool. Hello, everybody. I'm DeAndre Reynolds. I'm here because of Grant Cardone and Gary. Grant Cardone is my mentor. Gary is my confidant. We're friends now. What do I want to do? And I don't have a name, so we're gonna keep that silent right now. But I want to be a wholesaler. I want to be a guru. No, not a guru. Take that back. I want to be a doer.
A doer.
Nice. Because I want to be a doer rather than have all the knowledge. And what am I looking for? Or pretty much what I'm looking for is I'm looking to be financially free, and I want to be able to help people. Because just what you're saying with helping homeless people, I want to help people that is not financially literate, and it's a lot of people who are being controlled by their bosses. And I just want to be able to help people and show people what's another way, because it's a lot of people that's dealing with depression and all this type of stuff, and I just want to be able to be that voice to help them, prepare their life, because it's a lot of people who are dying. I work in the medical field, and I see a lot of people who are dead at 45 years old, and they're giving so many people, so much of their time, and they're not able to, live a fulfilled life. So I want to be able to provide that for people.
Thank you, guys. Very nice.
Yeah, we did.
Just real quick, because I think this is important, would you mind sharing the deal that you work with Frank and I? Because the community, I want to show people the power of the community, not how much money we make. But
Okay, no, that's fine. No, that's fine. I have some clients that basically they're in their 70s and they had an NOD, notice of default, on their rental and also on their primary home. And it was going to go into auction in October, and I found a lender to bring them current. So we got them current, and then we had $30,000 to do the rehab on the rental, and they spent it. And it's like, oh my God. So then I met Gary at one of the meetups down in San Jose, so I called him. I called a bunch of people, and then I called him. And so he was able to fund the rehab, and now it's impending right now. So we're going to move on. So it's really good. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So, you have that. There you go. Okay, so we're trying to make a judgment thing because we run out of time because we only have this office till 9.
I wanted to teach Birddog.
Yeah.
We let them have it. So,
I'll close.
all right, let's see what we can do here. Again, please write these down so you don't forget them. Anybody who's here in real estate, you want to go out and you want to get information. Hughes Orexi, Mark Kohler, John McCant. Huge weekend this Saturday. If you have plans to change it, drag them here, because you're going to be meeting many speakers there about real estate investing, and it's going to give you a huge picture. So you got to start today taking it seriously, and of course we got the best speaker there, which is going to be Gary. So he will attract you there. So please get that down. What happened to this one here? Whoop, where'd it go? Anyway, it was up here. It got erased. Where is it?
What's that?
Oh, it's right here. Okay, right there. Sorry about that. Okay, so we promised you about bird dogging and door knocking. And really, in short, you don't just go out and knock on a door. There's prep. Okay? So I'm going to divide this up. I'm going to do the bird dogging, which is door knocking's under that. I tend to call it a little different. Bird dogging is the minute you get in your car and you're out and you look at distressed properties. Okay? Be careful. Always pull over if you see something, or if you have a recorder on your phone, write the address down, and you can pass that on to a real estate investor. Bird dogging is for somebody else. You're doing that work for an investor. Something becomes of that house, they pay you a fee to do that house. That is between your investor and you. So with that, it depends what you're doing. If you plan to go a certain neighborhood and they have a lot of houses that look like they're in trouble, distress. So what does that mean? Boarded windows, the roof is falling apart, it's falling down like this, it's totally neglected, there's newspapers all over. Write the name down and then let them do the research, and it'll be a minimal fee. So, or you can take a picture. There's many different ways you can do this. The more organized you are, the more information that you take to your investor, the bigger your fee's going to be. So think about it, less work for them, a little bit more work for you, but more money. Bird dog can be, you know, you're standing, as Frank said earlier, you're standing in Safeway. Be genuine. Talk to them first. You know, hey, I like your shoes. Those are great. Where'd you get those? Da, da, da. Wow, the weather's been great, right? Be sincere about it. The weather's been beautiful, so you are sincere about that. If you like clothes, talk about clothes. If you like cars, talk about cars in the parking lot. Then you can say, I'm looking for people, properties, and money. Do you know of anybody that may have a property or somebody who might be interested in real estate? All you're doing is getting a number. That's all you're doing. And you're going to pass it to the other person. You don't have to do the talking. If they want to talk, say, look, I'm going to have John get in touch with you. Okay? That's all you have to do. You're the bee. You're picking here and planting there. So when, again, you want to ask your investor, what is it really that they're looking for? They may not want single homes. They may only want multifamily units. They may only want commercial building. So you need to really find out what they're looking for. Door knocking is a whole new bird. This one you want to pick an area that you like, okay? In that area, you bring up and you look for notices of default. It's called an NOD. These are people that are having challenges. Do not ever use problems or you're in trouble. It's challenging, it's non-threatening, it's sincere to them. So you look at the neighborhood, you have all these areas that you can go to check out homes, to see what's going on with them. But the NODs, you can get an NOD from an agent, so build a relationship with an agent. With the platform education that we are involved with, we have a property that's called iOS that brings us can show us NODs. There's also Property Radar. They changed the name. Property Radar. There is a fee for it, but it's a really good one. So if you have a team that you're working with, get it and split the fee. I think it's like $49 a month. Okay? So split the fee, but that's where you can get the NODs. When Gary and I went out, and Frank and I, Gary has this fun thing of like, let's go do this. And so Frank and I were like, well, rush to put it together and go do it. He wanted to go look at this. It was like, okay, we do it. And we went to Vallejo. So we pulled the list from iOS. We pulled the list, I'll put Property Radar on here. We pulled the list from Property Radar, and then I went to the MLS because I'm an agent. All you agents in here, you need to tap in with these other people and vice versa, because you could really work together on that. You find different information from each one. Even these supply different information. Remember Redford, market value, Trulia, neighborhood, school, crime. So you put that list together and you hit maybe 15 houses. That's all you need. You don't need a 30 list. You need like 15 houses, and you go out, and I will show you the script. I mean, we have the script in the book. That's why we put this together, because it's really easy, but there's such a fear factor. And if you go out with somebody else, then you just do it. But so we put this together. Go prepared. I had the sheet. I knew what date the auction was. I knew how much money they owed. I really wouldn't look at anybody that owes maybe 15 or 10,000 or less, because let me tell you, most people are gonna come up with that money to save their house. Because it depends on the equity in the home, it depends how much they owe. But I look like the 30,000, 15,000 above. Okay, some people can't come up with that. So go out there and we talk on the people. And the way I approach it is very non-threatening. My number one reason in helping these people is because in 2007 and 2008, with the education that I have learned, probably 85 to 90% of those people should have never lost their homes. Their lives were turned upside down. We're going to get ready to see it again. The banks are holding a ton of properties right now. So, and it isn't going to be as bad as that. But, so I go up and please, I'm going to ask you if, I'm going to say some things and just agree with me to a certain point. So, I'll go up to a house and I'll knock on the door and I'll say, Mrs. Thomas. And what that does, I'm making sure I'm speaking to the owner of the house. You must be very careful. If it's their son, you don't want to tell their son that their parents are, having challenges with their houses. So please give people respect. Treat people how you would want them to treat you. If you have a house and your house had some challenges, you would really want them to be very considerate. So, I will say, my name is Denise Patterson, and I'm in the area, and this is public information, but I understand that you have some challenges with your home. Yes. I am here trying to help you. With the education and knowledge that I've learned, I realize there are people that have options and they do not need to lose their homes. I will do everything I can to try to help your home, but if not, maybe we can come up with some other options, other choices that you may have. Is that something that might be of interest to you?
Yeah, that sounds very interesting.
Okay, so what I will do there, if I'm with somebody at that right then and there, then I will say, do you have time to talk now? If I'm by myself, do not ever enter a house by yourself. Just don't do it. You don't know who that person is. Be the sweetest little 80-year-old woman there. Well, let me tell you, she could be a mass murderer and nobody ever found her. So just don't do it. But, so that was easy. Now I'm going to come to you, and you're a little bit more brusque. You're like, what? What are you talking about? Okay, so just play off. So I'm going to come to your house. So I've got your appointment. I'm going to come to you. Are you Michael Jimenez? I don't know where I came up with that name. I can't even say the last name. Are you Michael Hemme? I'll say that one.
Yes.
Okay, Michael, I'm Denise Patterson, and I'm in the area. I am reaching out to people that have some challenges on their home. Are you aware that you have a challenge on your home?
How did you find out?
Okay, this is public knowledge, and the information that I have learned is the people back in 2008. Now, see what I'm doing? Putting it on somebody else. So he's feeling emotions for somebody else, but I'm pulling back to him because it's a reality check. He really is. So I will say to you, you have some challenges on your home. Are you aware that you have a date that's coming up April 15th?
I think I saw a paper about it.
Okay. You're not the first and you won't be the last. What I have to offer you, well, number one, do you want to save your home?
Yeah, I would like that.
Okay. I may be able to do that. I would like to sit down with you. If I can't save it, then there'll be some options. Okay, so your question is going to come back to me and say, well, what's in this for you? Because if I save your home, what's in it for you? Put it right back on them. Well, you know that the more you give, you get back tenfold. So if I save your home, I know I'm going to get back tenfold. Number one, the feeling of saving somebody's home. But number two, if you have somebody else who's in trouble here, who do you refer? So you really have to speak to the heart. Yeah, obviously we want to find homes. That's why we're knocking. You will. It'll come to you. The right one will come to you. But our number one is out there to help people in this world. Help them change their lives. Help them to get the fear off of them, to step out the door, to do what they really want to do. It's there. It's really out there, and it is fun. But and it doesn't always go that well. I mean, I've gone to somebody and they've gone, no, get out of here. You know, I don't want to do this. And I'll say, that's fine. But I'm going to tell you this. If you don't want to work with me, get help. Find somebody else. Because your challenges are not going to go away. So if you want to save your house, find somebody and help you. And then I walk away. Because it's true. It's a true fact. The other thing is for you. It's an education that you need to get that can help you find these options, these other options. And there's so much more out there than people even know. A lot of people are sitting on a gold mine that they don't even think about. And you all know, if your house has challenges, you cannot borrow from that house. Your money's locked in that house. But it doesn't mean they lock the other stuff that you may have that they're not aware of. So the buy and hold, I mean, really, your homework is really important. Like I said, that takes more time, lining up these houses and getting the information. Michael asked me, well, how did you know? Well, how much money do I owe? Because their first thing is, I'm here to take their house. You know why? Because that 95 of the people did that. It was horrible. Like, is it hornets that like meat? They all just come and just land on you at one time. That housing stuff. And so that's what people are afraid of. But if you talk to them sincerely, we have a lady, Shelley, only owed $15,000 on her house. It was too much for her. Her husband had been in a horrible car accident, and she had a 2-month-old baby. She had $16,000 left. She knew she was really close in this house, not upside down. Okay, upside down house means they owe more money than the house is worth. She wasn't upside down, but enough to I don't care about that $20,000. So here's something when you have the knowledge, when you have the community, when you have the stories that you hear by going to these events and people sharing eventually here and there. This lady, we were looking for a pre-foreclosure. Someone's going to lose a house, possibly turn and fix it and flip it. This lady had a house we are going to look at. She's doing a loan modification. We hope it goes through because she wants to walk away. She doesn't care. She wants to hang on to that $16,000 in case something happens in her life. Her concern was if she had this rental and something broke and she had to pay $16,000 to take care of that, she was going to be wiped out. So she didn't care. But so that whole scenario turned around. We're able to look at her to help her to get out of that house, perhaps even give her some money so that she can walk away and feel good. And that would be great. I can't imagine a husband, horrible accident, and then having a 2-month-old baby. That's a lot of weight. So when you walk away, I mean, this can bring you a lot of good and joy. And I share that because it's really how you have to look at it. If you don't think about money, it will come to you. So this lady right here, Shelley, her house, long story short, we think this is what's going to unfold, is we're going to be able to take over her payment. She's got a renter in there. She was more concerned about the renter than losing her house. She didn't want to hurt the renter, so she has a heart of gold. So we're going to be able to possibly get her some money, let the renter stay there, and have a buy and hold, because the payment's probably maybe like $1,100, and the rent is like $1,800 or $1,900. So these are how things that unfold for you. This is the education. I don't know where it went, but the notes and deeds. We have somebody in here who does notes. Who was that? Who said that? Aaron does notes. Somebody in here who does wholesale. These are people that you want to connect yourself with, but you also want to get an education, because what he may say may not be 100%, but we know it is. But there are people out there that are not good. We had an investor who trusted another investor, sent him out to look for a property. Guess what that person did? Took it right out from underneath her. Well, you know what I say? It's going to come back tenfold to him. It's going to come back really bad for him. I think that's really it. You do need to look at these. You need to learn them. I really feel we've got a ton of realtors in here. Reach out, talk to them, find out days on market. And there's so much more. I just wanted to share with you, there's definitely a way to talk to people. And you want to talk to them how you want to be spoken to, and respect and concern.
Stay there.
Think.
Now, how many of you guys liked what she taught about how to approach people in a, in a very, solution provided way? Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, that's pretty good, right?
Very good.
Let me ask you this. Stay here, Denise. Let me ask you this. If we were able to, how would you guys like it if Frank and Denise taught you guys how to use this software program and broke it down?
Yeah.
Would that be cool?
Yes.
If we really got into the nuts and bolts of the business, when we did this every other week, and really brought you guys some really great information where you can go out and implement those immediately and learn from it, would that be a good deal?
Yes.
Okay. Frank, would you guys be willing to do that? To teach iOS, teach Property Radar, and all the other stuff that they need to do what we do? Let me tell you why it's important. A lot of people have the fear, of talking to other people or speaking, right? But Denise is right. The realtors, the investors that win are the ones that knock on the doors and they talk to people from the heart. Belly button to belly button, face, eyeball to eyeball. It's a relationship business. It's a people business, right? Very, very important. And I know a lot of people don't want to do that. But when you go there with a heart and mind of helping people, and you see the response that you get, it becomes very easy to talk to people at that point. Now, if you're not one of those people, I understand. You could do some marketing and you could send it out like Frank was teaching you. But the real money, I'm serious, is in what Denise was sharing with you today, okay? A person at Birddog's will make $500 to $1,000. We brought in a new thing that we actually invented it ourselves called advanced birddogging. Advanced birddogging is where we're going to teach you the analytics. Because if we teach you how to analyze these properties, then the value, what you bring to us, right, is worth more money. So instead of giving you $1,000, maybe we give you $2,000 or $3,000 or $4,000. Would that be cool? Or $5,000? Because we can't do all the work. They spent days analyzing these properties before we went knocking on doors. So we want to work in partnership and in relationship. Do you guys agree with that?
Yep.
All right, let me ask you another question. Education is vital because there's no way that we can take the risk and be sued and get, everything we're doing now, we're taking this thing big, we're taking it national. We don't want to be sued. We want you guys to win. We don't want to tell you there's deals over here and deals over there and you go out spending your money and you blow it all up. Remember what I said in the beginning, we're going to do it with you and for you? So here's what here's where I'm getting to. Education has to be part of developing your skills. And if you're going to be in a business where people are making $40,000, $50,000, and $100,000 a month, because they are, okay, this is a business that can truly get you that 7-digit income and get you free financially. Am I right, Mike? It's not Mike 55 transaction. I don't want to ask you what he made, but I know he made a lot. But you got to put something into the education. And for $100 a month, our educational program is phenomenal. Who would spend $100 a month to learn what you're going to learn? Okay? We're talking about a little bit of investment up front, very small, under $500, and then you turn around and you pay $100 a month. And that gets you going with the education, the mentorship, everything you need to be highly successful, and we're not going to leave anything out for you. How many of you seriously tonight would like to move on, learn real estate at whatever level you want to learn it? Because we do it all. I'm going to tell you that my first deal is going to shock you. A 2.1 subdivision that I absolutely assigned to 2.8 million with a $750,000 profit. Is that cool? Mm-hmm. That's crazy money, isn't it?
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about education. I had no clue what I was doing. And I wrote that contract, and I wrote it wrong. The guy got to escrow. He called his attorney. He was signing the papers. My partner and I were going to make $750,000 to sign the paper. And I wrote the contract wrong, and he was able to get out of it. And I lost that deal, and it was in 2007, and then the market crashed. You know what the attorney told him? He thought the market was going to crash. Smart attorney. I wish I had him. Okay? So, see what education does? I mean, how important and vital it is? Okay, how many guys would be interested in talking to us and learning more about it? Okay.
We have run out of time.
All right, we ran out of time. So here's what I want to do. You guys go ahead and network. We're going to wrap it up. And then go ahead and go talk to Denise. I'm going to hang around. Finish up the pizza, please. No. Frank's going to be around. Come and talk to us and find out more about it. And we'll meet with you personally. We'll give you information. You know, when you come on board with me, because I'm a marketing guy, I got a 39-page marketing book for you guys. Right? So we don't leave you there. I mean, we've got it dialed in, right? Okay. If you don't believe me, just text the word trainee, TRAINEE, to 797979, and you'll see a text, what I call a mobile text automated sales funnel. How cool is that? Okay, just go ahead and try it. So you're going to learn marketing at a level probably you've never experienced before. Seriously. And I'm going to show you how to do it on social media as well. So text trainee to 797979 and you'll see how it works, okay? So I'm going to show you how to do this type of marketing. Right here is a catalog. You can come up and look at the courses that we have provided to the Renatus Company, which is an affiliate association which allows you to create an income by just referring other people to it, and then you can make money there too. So it's a great way to create cash flow and liquidity if you're interested. Now, is it a requirement? No. Our meetup group is, you know, we don't push education on you. It's just something that we need for you to do in order to work with us. So you can be partners with us and bring us the deal, write the contracts, and we'll get you up the ladder so you're working with your own investors and building your own teams. So we're going to be hanging around for questions. Okay, Frank? Would I be okay?
Yeah. And there's a couple more things I'd just like to share. How many realtors are in here? The platform of education that we support and that we have taken ourselves, you really should look at it because it will take you to another level within your real estate. It will open doors. It will give you creativity to speak with your clients and doing it. In fact, I strongly believe that it will be a requirement for real estate agencies because right now you know that we have a huge Oh, okay, I will. All right, thanks. That's okay, all your texts are coming in. So, and then the other thing I heard tonight was gurus. I heard gurus.
Gurus.
Okay? And I'm just going to share my little experience with gurus, and I'm not the only one in the room. There's several people. It's my understanding, and this is what mine. Gurus come in town, and they give you a minimum amount of information, and they're full of hype. Tremendous amount of hype. They're amazing salespeople. If you don't know, go and watch them and listen to them. Watch how they will be divided up and take you to the back of the room. If they fulfill your need, that's great. But I can tell you this. You'll go to one event, you'll go to another event, and every time you go to an event, they will ask more and more money. What you're looking for is you're looking for education. Just keep that in mind when you go there, what you're going to be getting. Okay, so I just wanted to say that. Now, I believe we want to bring you up, DeAndre, DeAndre, to share about today, because here's a new real estate investor who is studying his education, and he can share with what fun he had today.
Hello again. I had fun today. Going to the auction. Frank told me about it about a week ago. Long story short, we got up about 6:30, 7:30 to make it to an auction at 9 o'clock. We didn't get a chance to bid on any of the houses because they were canceled. The homeowners were able to keep their homes, which is a blessing, something that I would have wanted for them. But if they were to lose it, then of course that's an opportunity for us as investors. So I heard that it was the same situation last week. They went down and it was canceled, but going there and knowing what to expect, what I can expect when I end up going to auctions, I loved it. I didn't care that it was canceled. I'm like, I'm in the game. I felt like I was actually there and I'm contributing to the team. I was right there with them, and I didn't have to come here today. I stay in Sacramento. They were coming down here to present with you all, but they can't get rid of me now. Wherever you're at, wherever you're at, that's exactly where I want to be. So I am thankful for the time that I have with you all. I hope that I'm able to connect with everybody in here and we can do deals together. My
DeAndre,
apologies.
just share with everyone, you're a realtor.
Yes, sir.
And you've now watched some of the education product, right? And
Yes, sir.
tell people what you, as a realtor versus what you're finding out at this point.
Will do. In all due respect, and I work for Coldwell Banker. I know that some of you work with amazing companies. Realtors don't know much about real estate, from what I'm finding out. My eyes have been opened up to so much in the past month, and I've been a realtor since 2016. All of us that have licenses can help individuals sell a home. We can help individuals find places. We know how to run comps and things of that nature, but to actually invest in real estate, if someone doesn't want to sell their home or doesn't want to buy, what can you do for them as an agent? Nothing. There's nothing you can do. So when I got my license, I thought that I was pretty cool. Like, yeah, I passed the test. I got my license. Great. I didn't know that the word realtor, it's almost like a curse word to some people. You're a realtor. I didn't know what my, what I say, predecessors did before me. Not a lot of service from us. And that's not what I want to be. When the board was up and it said, what do you do? What's the name of your business? I'm a realtor. I didn't even want to say that because I'm not. I invest in real estate. I want to be able to help individuals, and I have a different take. Unlike a lot of individuals in here, money is not my motivation. I don't need anything. I want to be able to help. If I can't give and if I'm not able to provide, then I'm here for nothing. That's how I feel. Now, I know by helping, just like Denise said, I will be able to make a fabulous living. I'm grateful for that. But my folks lost their home in 2008 to foreclosure, like a lot of individuals did. And I wasn't able to help. I'm there with them. I'd had no clue of how to help my family. And since that day, I was like, this will never happen to us again. And if I can help anybody else out of foreclosure, I'm going to help them because it's a horrible situation to be in. So that's my motivation. I believe that I'm going to be able to help a lot of individuals. That's my purpose in life, is to help any and everybody that I can. So I'm around the right individuals. I'm thankful for the time that I get to spend. And if you ever invite me anywhere, I'm there. I'm right here. So no, I'm not afraid of door knocking. I geofarm my area now. Knock doors. I knock doors without the script, without the right words to say. I'm not scared to meet people. So once again, very thankful for the time that I have here with all of you, and thank you.
All right.
And look forward to meeting you guys.
Hey, we